All right, here we go. Pete Hegseth is the Secretary of Defense. Pete Hegseth is a former Fox News reporter. I'm telling you people this stuff. Um, Pete Hegseth has no fucking idea how to run the U.S. military. The Secretary of Defense should be a retired high level general because those guys know how to run the military. So, if somebody like me who was 1 year long U.S. Navy service veteran performed the security breaches that Pete Hegseth has performed using the Signal social media, we would have been court martialed to rank one, jailed for decades. If not outright shot for treason. I don't advocate for people to be shot. But I will say that a regular guy like me would have been prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. The Pete Hegseth is surely responsible for treason for releasing military information to people who are not authorized, cleared, secret, or even higher for military information. It's insanity. And then Trump is over there advocating for Pete Hegseth. Yeah, he's doing a good job. No. Of course, this coming from the 34 felon convicted president who will never be sentenced now since the court has made him immune. But it's kind of funny that even the court appointees that Trump has put in place are telling them that, hey, you need to get that guy back from El Salvador. Because he was deported wrongly. And Trump saying, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't have any power over El Salvador. Come on. Asked El Salvador, why don't you return this guy? They said, well, we can't because Trump is paying us $30 million to keep him down here. I've said before that Trump is taking lessons from Putin. You never know when Trump's enemies will start disappearing on crashed airplanes. They're already disappearing to El Salvador, and these are just the little ones. Just wait. But what I'm really worried about is when does the shooting start? Because unfortunately, I can't stand around at a protest for hours because I don't have the bladder for that. Nor do I have the back for that. My back hurts after standing up for a few minutes. And I need to go find a bathroom about every half an hour. An hour max. And if you're in a protest of, 10,000 people, where are you going to find a bathroom? So I'm just kind of stuck here, um, running my mouth on YouTube. For now, until it becomes illegal to run your mouth on YouTube. I have no idea when that's coming. I hear talk about civil war. I don't know when that's coming. Maybe never. Maybe we're just all stuck at home with $20 eggs or something. I don't know. Food prices have already doubled. I've already run out of money to buy food for the month. I won't get any more until next month. And good luck getting Social Security. The local office, and I say local, we used to have a local office in my town, but now the Social Security office of the town over that we used to have has been closed. They're closing all the Social Security offices. How the hell are you even supposed to talk to Social Security? And good luck getting any. I depend on two government agencies to get my medication, the post office and the VA. If either one of those fails, I'll just be fucked. And for all I know, they'll both fail. I've already had a doctor's appointment canceled 3 times. I had one in January, I had one in February, I had one in March. The VA canceled all 3 of those. Now I've got an appointment in July. I sure hope the hell I don't get any sicker than I am, because I guess then it's just off to the emergency room, because you can't count on the VA. I was asked why my appointments were canceled. Well, the doctors aren't available. Because Trump's out there firing half the government employees. How do I know any of my doctors haven't been fired? My doctor's been switched 4 times in the last, 6 months. I never even got to meet the last 2 because my appointments were canceled. Got to see the nurse one time. So, anyway, to me, Pete Hegseth is just the tip of one iceberg. I just. I'm sure there's a ton more crap that I could ramble on about, but is anybody listening? I don't know. Elizabeth Warren says we're starting to see the cracks of fear in Trump. That will be nice if he's really scared. I mean, I don't know what insanity he'll do if he's really scared. But I just kind of doubt that Trump's scared. I don't think Trump has anything to lose. He's 78. He doesn't appear to have one foot in the grave, but I mean, A lot of people are dying in their 80s. I don't know that he'll make it. So, I mean, what's he got to lose? He can do anything he wants to. He'll be dead soon anyway. And then who knows what J.D. Vance will do when he becomes president. Well, I can't wait to see who the next Secretary of Defense is. Will it be worse than Pete Hegseth? I suppose it can be. I don't see how. Instead of a professional retired 4 or 5-star general as a I feel sorry for the people who are in the military right now. How do you respect the chain of command when the top 2 guys are just criminals? You're supposed to behave as a military person and respect the chain of command, but the chain of command is criminals. How does that work? How does the U.S. military even remain solvent or sovereign or functional? I just, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, I don't know much about that article really. Oh, by the way, there's the CCOT jail down in El Salvador where they're sending all these folks. Trump says he wants to deport U.S. citizens that have been convicted. Pretty sure that's not constitutional. Who's next? The unconvicted U.S. citizens? If you don't agree with Donald Trump, does your U.S. citizenship have any value? What if you're an atheist or a queer? They say they're trying to eliminate anti-Christian bias. How do they do that? You just disappear all the people who are not Christians? It's just, y'all remember the Crusades? I mean, I know none of us were there, but we do have historical records of these Crusades. Christianity is not an innocent institution. And, sure, you guys who are Christians can say, well, I wasn't involved in any of this Inquisition or Crusades or any of that. But just remember that your God killed everybody on the planet except for 8 people. So the story goes, if you really believe that happened. And if you can believe that happened, I'm just worried that you can believe anything and take any action in the name of God. You just keep saying we're a Christian nation, always been a Christian nation, always going to be a Christian nation. Keep saying you want to make abortion illegal. Keep saying you want the official religion of the United States to be Christianity, even though that's against the Establishment Clause. Just keep saying all that stuff. It set us back 200 years. If you as a Christian want to be free to be a Christian, you need to support secular government. Otherwise, when you're not in power, you're next. You might end up in the Seacot, or maybe not. You might end up shot first. Harvard University is suing to block Trump from slashing billions in research funding. It was at least $2 billion. That could be in litigation for years. I read somewhere that Harvard donations were up a lot. Don't know if it'll be enough. Yay, Harvard. Go Harvard. All the academia out there should defy Trump. And as Matt Dillahunty said, they should actually start saying diversity, equity, and inclusion instead of DEI, so they can spell out exactly what that means and try to explain to us why there's something wrong with that. We're talking about the rights of humans. You think there's something wrong with equity? Please tell me why. My buddy who is worried about Whiteman Airport going away because it doesn't help out the Hispanics in the surrounding neighborhoods. Well, I'm sorry. I have fond memories of playing flight sim on Whiteman Airport. That's great. And there's something wrong, I think, about removing a historical place like Whiteman. But I felt the same way about Meigs when they got rid of, the mayor sent the bulldozers to destroy Meigs Field. It was like killing a big old animal that we all loved. I hated that. But it's equity, diversity, and inclusion. None of those things are responsible for getting rid of an airport. That's some kind of terrible mismanagement. So you shouldn't be against diversity, equity, and inclusion. You need to be against mismanagement. Those kind of properties could benefit all of us. Try to find a way to make that happen. There's no point in blaming equity. It's not like that's the first airport to be eliminated from Los Angeles. You already know tons of them were. Were they eliminated because of DEI? I don't think so. We haven't even been talking about DEI except the last handful of years. But yet, here's just another airport that's being eliminated. And you're going to say that, well, that's how they implement DEI. Well, something wrong with that. I'm not getting the whole story. I don't know. What else is there? The Pope recovered from his hospital visit and participated in the Easter ceremonies and all that good stuff. And then he had a stroke and heart failure. He's dead. See, God didn't even save the Pope, so I don't wish anybody dead, but, the guy was 80 something. He sure didn't seem to help fix the priest versus little boys problem. But anyway, it's just, people die in their 80s. It's not surprising. That's what I said to Trump. Is he going to last? He'll be 82 by the end of his term. He'll have several months after his 82nd birthday to remain in office. Will he live through it? Even if he does, is he gonna be competent? Is he gonna send us more over the edge because he's just nuts? And when do the Republicans step in to say, Mr. President, we can't allow you to do this kind of stuff? Because you're not going to allow the Democrats to say that and have any power over stopping him to do this crap. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the VA to fail, the post office to fail, and the bullets to start flying. Love you. Bye.